Hello, Daily Drafters, and welcome back to the channel for this weekend's edition of AI Deck Build. That's right, this is the series where I have ChatGPT build my historic Brawl deck. And I decided this week to go with a commander whose theme has not really succeeded in the limited environment in several years, and that is Akiri Fearless Voyager. This is a commander that cares about whenever you attack with equipped creatures. It lets you draw cards and protect those equipped creatures. Equipment has not been great in Limited for a long time here, so we're going to see if artificial intelligence can build a better equipment-based deck than we can in Limited, and R&D can seed into each Limited format. So what does this mean? Well, this basically means that I just ask, in this case ChatGPT, to build my deck around Akiri as my commander. And it always spits out some interesting cards, like Legion Angel. When this enters the battlefield, you may reveal a card you own from outside the game. That you can't actually do that, so this doesn't do anything. Mox Amber, a generically powerful card in some settings, but here, maybe not so much. We've got Winota, and we're not at all building around it. Solemn Simulacrum. There are just some cards in here that are a little interesting. Even Angel of Invention, a little expensive for what it is, but I have to play with the cards that it gives me, and it usually leaves open about 10 to 15 slots because it gets confused and doesn't quite understand the question all of the time, that I get to fill in myself, of which I filled in, just a little bit more equipment, some of the sword series. It did recommend Embercleave for us, but some of the reconfigure equipment could actually be pretty good in this deck as well. Works around board wipes, Maul of the Skyclave. We've got some equipment here. There's also things like Krenko, and this Krenko that cares about goblins, of which we're not gonna have a ton. But again, I've got to put what I've got to put into the deck, and the goal is to just have a little bit of fun using some of the wild cards that I build up on this channel. So should be a fun one today. We'll see if ChatGPT can build a better equipment deck than humans can. See ya in game number 1. Okay, here we are in our first game playing against the proliferating Atraxa, which is usually a Planeswalker deck that is very unfun to play against. So we're going to see how that goes here. Kemba's Outfitter's a good card, but we want equipment to work with it, so we're just going to lead on good old Gingerbrew here. Who said we weren't playing Limited? So the Outfitter is an alchemy card that the AI added itself, and it perpetually gives an equipment you control or in your hand equip 1, which is very good. Okay, so that is a Snowland ramp card. Alright. What should we play? The Veteran Motorist, the 2-mana 3/1 that scries 2 and has no vehicle synergy because we didn't put any vehicles in our deck. Core Blade Master, Season Hallow Blade. Let's see if we can find an equipment here. I would very much like to find one. Yeah, both of those are not very good, including Garrison Cat for some reason. Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, and Lifelink. That should be fun. Especially because we have, I think, no removal in this deck. So let's see if they are, in fact, playing Super Friends, as the Planeswalker build-around is usually called. Well, there's one of them. Ah, Time Walk. Sure, may as well hit us, because it also has Vigilance, because why wouldn't it? Unfortunately, we just have no equipment here. So go ahead. I don't know how we're supposed to attack through this thing. I mean, we have Swords to Plowshares, I guess, in the deck. But I think we're going to be dead before any of that matters. I mean, the deck is playing 14, 15 equipment, I think. So, yeah, superfriends.deck. Oh, you want to bounce it again? See? Look how unfun it is to play against. I just don't get to do anything. Every single turn. Sure. Proliferate more. Lightning bolt. It doesn't really do anything here. I mean, I could bolt their 2/3, but like, oh, it's got first strike is, no, it doesn't. Okay. Well, we get to kill it, but then they get to recast it next turn. So, sure. Go to 35. Yeah, just keep resetting everything I'm doing here. Today might be a struggle. We got a land and an equipment in the form of Rabbit Battery. This thing has 8 loyalty? How is that fair? Do I want to just have it get bounced again? Why not? Let's just have it get bounced again. Apparently I really want this Danitha on the battlefield. Okay, okay, alright, alright. I'm not playing against Atraxa again. It's just never very fun. Alright, here we are in game 2, playing against not Atraxa. So we're playing against the token commander, which could be difficult for us. Trying to attack and get past creatures here, but so we'll get rid of that. I'll probably just play the... What does Rayav do again? Whenever a creature you control that is enchanted or equipped attacks, it gets double strike until end of turn. Well, this kind of already has double strike. We have an equipment in the form of lizard blades here. So next turn we could play Rayav and then hold up Fight as one. So they've got Esper Sentinel. That would have been a nice addition to our deck. But unfortunately, the robot did not give it to us. So we'll play Savior now instead of holding up Fight as one. And there is Mr. Commander. Ooh. You may cast Aura and equipment as though they had flash, and whenever equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you can attach it to a creature you control. Okay. It's not too bad. Sure, draw your card. Sure. I guess I don't have anything else to do except this. Let's go ahead and give it here. It does, you know, give double strike, but it doesn't really do anything on the board, but we'll just let that happen and then need a little bit of help off the top. Swiftfoot Boots. Hey, that's my card. I guess next turn we play Akiri and attack and hope they don't have Swords to Plowshares or something. Let's go ahead, play Akiri. Cross your fingers. Alright, it did survive. Get to draw a card. It gets double strike. Don't think that's how that works. Make a bunch of tokens. And then start jumping, because that's what this deck is going to do against us. We're basically never going to be able to get in. Can't protect against Skyclave, unfortunately. Getting rid of Sigarda's aid. Yeah, can't do anything about that. And now Nykthos getting ready to go off. Indestructible. Well, that makes my life very difficult. Indestructible hexproof. How do I get through that? The answer is I pretty much just don't. Let's see what this finds. I don't even know what's in the deck. I guess that gives flying. That could work. One of the swords could give protection from white here, maybe? Except none of them do. There's no sword of anything on Arena that gives protection from white. That didn't work. Yeah, I think it has to be Maul of the Skyclaves. And this could be a grindy game here. I guess Aurelia also has flying. So I could play Aurelia. If I draw a land, I could play Aurelia and hold up Fight as One as indestructibility. But if they're playing white, most of their removal is going to be exile-based. 2 or more other creatures draw a card. 4 mana create a 1/1. Sure. And draws cards. Sure. That is a land, but it's not an untapped land. No. Ooh. Other creatures get +1/+1. It also has flying, vigilance, lifelink. It's just too expensive. I need to get some of these flyers and equipment down. Let's just keep pumping here. Beginning of combat on your turn. Gets +2/+0 and trample if it's red. Vigilance if it's white. none of this is really going to do anything because we're not attacking into an indestructible 4/4. So next turn we play Maul. Hold up fight is one. And we gotta hope that Aurelia doesn't die as our only flyer currently. Creature tokens get +1/+1. Alright. Haven't played against this kind of deck before, but it's working. It's doing a thing. Thalia not quite helping us out here, but let's give it. Let's give it here. And then put that here. Give that here. See if they have interaction. No? Okay. So this is a double striker. So we'd make them take 15 here. Alright, things are happening. We still do have this activation, but we have two different ways to give creatures indestructible. And they've got a ton of creatures on their side. It's just, again, the white removal's likely to be an exile-based removal. But currently they are dead. Can we get the win? Looks like they found something interesting and they're deciding if it's good enough. Wonder if it's some sort of like overrun effect. Double top. Okay, so whatever they put on top has to save them here. Otherwise they do lose. Or kill us. Either one works. So let's give that indestructible. And then see if they swing out. Looks like they do. And just try not to die somehow here. Take 10, I guess? Okay. Make some more. They don't have flying. That should still be good. And look at that. Got a win in one of our first games. Let's go. All right, we're up first here. We got 2 5-drops and an equipment. What could go wrong? We've got tons of creatures, don't we? Tons of creatures in the deck. We'll find 1 or 2. Worst case, we play a Kiri on 3, equip it on 4, and hope it doesn't die. What is this card? Sorry, I don't feel like reading that. I'm either glad that happened or sorry that happened to you. I have no idea. Power and toughness each equal number of lands you control. Whenever one or more non-token lands enter the battlefield, for each of them, conjure a duplicate onto the battlefield. It's kind of cool. Alright, let's equip. It's got double strike. I don't think they're going to trade with Nissa here. Yeah, I didn't think so. And we've got nothing to do but play our tap land. And 1 mana of any color and probably play their commander, I would think. This seems like a thing you want to get down pretty soon. No, just a 6/5 trample. Sure. Okay, so this thing gives +1/+1, and whenever it becomes attached to a creature, you create a token that's a copy of it. I can't do this, equip it, and play a Kiri all pre-combat. I could do this, which gives protection from their entire deck. That sounds kind of fun. Let's try that. Why did this fall off? Oh, protection from red. That's okay. Yeah, let's pay 2. I think play the Sigarda's Aid here. So it gives protection from red and green, but it does invalidate basically their whole deck. So they can't target this thing. Alright, they've got all kinds of mana and triggers going this game. Now, we might just be dead next turn if we can't figure out a way to kill them. And I don't think we're going to have a way to kill them unless I find some incredible, like, Embercleave type. Although that probably doesn't even do it, because this still has double strike. Okay, so we're going to have to kill them next turn somehow. This Nykthos adds 7 mana. What a turn. Oh. So next turn they're going to hit us for like 50. So I could cast Goldspan, but that just hits them for 6 + 4 is 10. So let's attach this, and then attach this. So this deals 10? So we have to flip off of the first hit here something incredible. Oh, that doesn't do it. Darn. Yeah, if we could, because we could have cast the equipment at flash speed in between combat. If we had something that gave like +3/+3 somehow. Well, they're going to hit us for like 60 next turn. So unfortunately they got us, but that was actually kind of close. All right, starting on the draw here. The hand is not great. Playing against the, what is this, like a CEDH card now that people are complaining about, or so I've seen. Probably going to get run over by it pretty quickly. Don't think they're going to be playing many non-creatures here, but we do have Dahlia on 2. And then Thalia on 3? I guess if Krenko's in the deck, the best time to get him on the battlefield is turn 3, right? So let's just play him, and then maybe we Lightning Helix to Brutal Cathar, or what is this? Beginning of your end step, each player exiles the top card of the library till your end step. Each player may play the card they exiled this way. So they get a food and a counter. If I cast this, it's the only thing I could do, which doesn't seem great. Granted, this is also the only thing I can do, so also not great, but... Alright, here comes Voja, probably. Yep. Give me land. Untapped land. Embercleave. What a card. So I could attack with all 3 of these and give this Embercleave. I can't imagine they block, but let's get on in here. Yeah, that's fine. So go to damage, and then... This sets up a pretty darn good next turn as long as this survives here. God Eternal Ronus. Oof. Take 14. This has trample. Doesn't have first strike. Oh wait, this has first strike, doesn't it? Okay. So we'll do that. Which unfortunately makes both of these now more expensive again, which isn't great. So let's do this. Let's do Krenko. A life-linking trampler. Doesn't have double strike though. Does resolve. And the turn, and now we still need land. Because this can give protection, Both of these gives protection from their creature here. Sure. All right, give me a untapped land. Come on. All right, we'll do this and then have to wait at least one more turn here. If they attack, I might chump with Thalia just... Oh. Lifelink, Indestructible, Haste, Vigilance, Trample, Ward 3. 9/9. Okay. That's a lot. Give it here, and then attack. Make them mill 10, not that it really does anything for our game plan, but they have Angel Fire Ignition again if they want it. There's God Eternal Ronus again. Llanowar Elves. An 18 powered Vigilance Trample Ward 3. Oh, everything has Trample. Or at least some of it does. Oh, 14/22. You know what? They lose Hexproof and Indestructible till end of turn. How about that? So we do... Take 22, gain 4. Hopefully math is done correctly here. Go to 1. Oh wait, no, this has trample as well. I think we might have just killed ourselves. That's exactly what I did. Oh well. We still got a win with this deck here today, which I consider to be a win in these videos. Most of these don't go particularly well. And this commander is nuts if you can't enter it, which most of these decks also don't include a lot of interaction. So that happened today as well. Thanks for tuning in for this one. We got one more week of Karlov Manor Premier drafts before the Best Deck Tournament to close out the season and set review season for Outlaws of Thunder Junction. I'll see you next time for your daily draft.